I have been dreaming of this day for the last 5 years, ever since I started my detailing company, and I finally have my own place. So let me give you a tour around. I got moved in here about 3 months ago, and in that time I've just been able to kind of settle into transitioning with doing something totally different for business, as well as working here rather than out of my van. So let me take a look at the wall that just got put up not too recently, and we've already put some storage on it. We got plywood with tools hanging off of it, places to put bottles and other things, because this was taking up a lot of space. This is probably like the third or the fourth reiteration of the whole shop where everything gets reorganized and moved around, and we keep building new stuff because I realized I got a lot of crap whenever I moved in here, and I filled it up very fast. And doing projects on cars, you need a lot of space to be able to take things off and put it down and not lose it, like 10mm sockets. So this is all, as of yesterday, we just knocked most of this out. It's nothing too pretty, it's just cheap. We did it quick, did it easily. And back over here we have this wall, or part of the wall where this shelving is, and I have more tools. I have all my jacks and jack stands down there, got some lighting, scaffolding, bunch of random stuff that I never really use is up there. Open space is the biggest priority. Over here, we have a Synchrowave 200, which is capable of doing AC, DC, TIG, stick, whatever. I'm a certified welder, and so is my employee James, so we're going to be getting a lot of use out of this thing, and I'm extremely excited. Then we also got a Millermatic 211, which is going to handle all of our MIG, which is super exciting. I love Miller machines, so this is awesome that this actually came with the deal in the shop. Something that didn't come in the deal with the shop, but I made happen, was this refrigerator and microwave that's nicer than the one that my parents have at home. So the landlord was trying to get rid of these, and I did some detail work for him, and we traded it. So right now we don't really have too much in here, but the essentials. We got some Kit Kats, we got some Gatorade, peanut butter and jelly. You already know what's going on. We got a sink over here. I got a heater that I paid a lot of money for and used it like 3 times because we live in South Carolina, and it got hot pretty quick. Got some race ramps. I got just more random stuff stored in here, like some food and tools and washing necessities. I have a secret project right here that you'll see it in the next video, but the thing out of all of this that I'm the most excited about is this baby right here. You have no idea how many hours I've spent laying on my back in my driveway, getting covered in engine oil, antifreeze, whatever, making the HOA pissed off. They send letters to our house. I finally have a nice 2-post lift. I helped install it, so I know that it was done correctly and everything's great on it. I've used it a lot already, and I absolutely love it. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this. This is something that came with the deal as well, so I'm extremely excited about that. My landlord that helped throw all of this stuff in, he actually used to build street bike engines professionally and dyno tuned them using Max ECU standalone. So he's actually really proficient with ECU tuning. That's the one thing that I have no clue about whatsoever. So hopefully I can learn some of that from him. This is a nice stainless steel table that came with the deal as well. I just cleaned it up some, put some new wheels on it. This is a toolbox that's been sitting in my basement for the last couple of years, so I got it all organized up with my own tools. Put some, use the little label maker on it, and we got, it's not too organized, but it's good enough right now. This is a computer chair that when you sit on it, you pretty much die, but it was free, so we're using it. Then over here we got a nice welding table that has a vise, pedestal grinder, belt sanders on it as well, so we can pretty much do whatever we need on metal. There's a tube bender over there as well that I forgot to mention. I welded exhaust and bent tubing for my landlord, and he went and bought me that Harbor Freight tube bender as part of the deal, so that is really cool. I got my Harbor Freight air compressor. You see a trend here. I'm a Harbor Freight type of man. I know when to buy the right tools, but I also know when Harbor Freight is the place to go. So we got the air hooked up on a 50-foot reel, 50-foot reel for an extension cord, 50-foot hose for a vacuum. I would love to add more to this in the future, have a pressure washer and other things of that nature hooked up, but for right now, I think that this has done everything I needed to. So you guys have probably already seen this car. This is my buddy Austin's Opel GT. This thing is super mint, clean, original. It's actually in really good condition for how old it is. It only has 31,000 miles on it. This is a car that's going to get a lot more attention on camera soon. My buddy Austin, who owns it, he's been a very busy man moving into new houses and stuff and just growing up, so he hasn't been spending too much time on this, but hopefully in the near future he'll be able to make some headway on it. It just needs brakes. We'll polish it up, detail it, go through some more things on it, and it'll be ready for the road. But over here I just kind of got some temporary storage. I would like to build shelving in the future to hold this stuff a little bit better, but for right now it's not causing an issue, so just using up the space that's over here. This thing, you guys will see the whole build process on this on my channel. This is a car that we bought for 1,500 bucks. It's actually a really clean 94 GT that has 99,000 miles on it. The interior is mint. None of this was in good condition when we bought it. The interior was all painted awfully, a bunch of horrible colors, and everything was broken on it. And me having so many of these SN95s, I had most of the parts that it needed, went to pull apart and got whatever else it needed, did all the prep work on some panels. We went and brought it to a professional to have it painted. We detailed the life out of it, replaced the alternator, power steering pump, did a whole lot of work and just random stuff to it throughout the drivetrain and just tightening things up here and there that wasn't done so properly in the past. And now this is actually a really awesome, nice, clean car besides that one tear in the convertible top, which drives me insane. But as soon as this thing is gone from the fleet, we'll begin a cool project, and believe me on that. So this is pretty much all of it except for my favorite part. And like I said, I'm a mobile detailer. I wash cars for a living. But now I have this. I have my own place where I can wash cars no matter what the weather is outside. It's covered, it's about 40 feet long. I have two of my bay doors hooked up right here. Got a garden hose, and like I said, I'd love to have pressure washers and everything all hard mounted and really easy to use, but I'm just trying to do what makes sense for now and grow at a slow rate instead of just spending a ridiculous amount of money and not ever getting it back. So this is awesome. I love having this cover over here. They've already gotten a lot of use out of it, and also, I mean, that's a great road right there to do some burnouts on, if you ask me. So I got super lucky finding this place. I've literally been looking like every day on Facebook and Craigslist for about the last 3 years trying to find a place that would make sense for me to rent out. Everything was just way overpriced, or it was in a really bad location, or just didn't make sense. And this just all fell right into place. My brother actually knows the two guys that built this place. They're awesome people. They've been really helpful to me. They've taught me a lot of great things, and I'm just like, can't believe it all worked out. But everything always happens for a reason, and the reason it took so long for me to find a place was because this is the time and the people I was supposed to be with, I believe. So I'm excited for the future of what this beholds, and I'm very excited to take the tarp off of the car that was under there and start doing some stuff on that. But you gotta watch my next video for that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in my later videos.